Hello everyone. Now we shall begin Act Second of this play, The Playboy of the Western World. What we have seen in Act One was that Christie stays at the public house in the night with Pazine, whereas Pizin's father, with his friends, had gone to attend a wake party in the night. We have seen Pazin is entirely attracted towards Christie. We have also come to see that Widow Queen is also attracted towards Christie. She also wants to marry him. We also saw that Sean Kyo, who was the fiance of Zine, was not at all interested in Christie. He wants to run away Christie from there because Christie was the obstacle in his way to achieve or to get Zine. As soon as Christie came in the public house, Pazine was absolutely moved towards Christie, and she also said to Christie that she is not going to marry Sean anyway. Sean doesn't want that Christie should stay with Pazine in the night at the public house because he knows very well that Pazine is attracted towards him and then he may do something wrong with her, or that he may find the opportunity to achieve the heart of Pazine. Widow Queen also thinks so. So Widow Queen comes back to Pazine in the public house and tells that Sean and the father Raleigh has sent her to take away Christie from there, and Christie should stay with her in her house instead of Pazine's house because Father Raleigh doesn't think it proper. But we see how Christie and Pazine rejects the idea of Widow Queen and they refuse absolutely and said that Christie will stay only in the public house. And Pazine makes Widow Queen to go away from there. This is what we have seen in the Act 1. Now the night passed. Christie stayed in the public house. So this scene that the Act Second begins. The scene is same, that is of the public house, and Christie has spent the night in the public house while Michael James had gone to the wake. Michael James has not returned yet, though it is very late in the morning. Christie here is very happy with this new environment, with the new people, with the new position that he got there. That is, he was given the employment of a servant in that pub or in that tavern. And he was also instructed to keep safeguard Pazine whenever she is alone there. So Christie feels there better than in his own house, in his native place he used to feel. That is, now he is feeling better. So This was the thing that was taking place in the public house. Then there comes few girls of that village in the public house, and wants to they want to meet uh, Christ. Looking these girls, Christy shies himself and he hides himself in a corner. He is not able to face these girls. Then we see that these girls uh, uh, came there, and Christy, after having changed his dresses and other outlooks, came out and he met with those girls. So the girls told him that they have come there after having heard the story of the young man who had killed his father. So a few girls from the village, they came to Taiwan to see him. So they have come there to see Christy. They are too greatly impressed by the story of Christy's bravery and courage in having killed his father. So they are also impressed by the story that Christy told there about himself. So, in this way, these girls were all filled with thrill, and they were thrilled by the heroic deeds of this young man. Therefore, they had brought some gifts and presents for him. So they told him that they are very much impressed by his story of killing his father. So they have brought some gifts for him. So Pazine at the time we see was not there. She had gone up to the hill, top of the hill, or we can say to the hilltop, in order to milk the goats, and also to take some milk for Christie's tea. So she went there to bring some milk. So all this is happening behind Pazine. Now we see that Christy is a hero in the eyes of the village girls. So he comes out of the inner room feeling timid like a mouse. Then Sarah is one of the Sarah is the name of one of the girls who came there. So she asked him if he is the man who had killed his father, and Christy replies, yes. Then Sarah welcomes him and says that she has brought him a couple of duck's eggs for his food. Then another girl whose name was Susan, she told that she has brought butter for the man, for him, so that he should not eat dry potatoes. Then the third girl, whose name was Honor, she says that she has brought a piece of cake for him. So, in this way, these girls had brought many gifts and presents for this young man, Christy, in order to please him. All these girls are very happy in the company of this young man who had killed his father, who is so brave, who is a hero for them. So they look upon him as a hero. But this was happening. Christy was meeting with these girls. At that time, Widow Queen arrives there and she asks the girls, what are they doing there? Why they have come there? What are they doing there? So they reply that they have come there to see the young man who had killed his father. But Widow Queen was not happy. she doesn't like those girls there because she knew very well that Christie was also attracting towards those girls. So she didn't like that. So she says all the girls to run away from there. Then we see that Christie is being asked why he killed, or the girls may have asked him why he killed his father. What was the reason behind that murder that he committed? So Widow Queen tells that she has decided to add Christie's name in the list who are going to participate in the sports competition. So Widow Queen also informs that Christie will be also included in the team of the participants who are going to play the sport competitions. The sport competition is to be held in the next week there. So Christie was included in that team. So Sarah says, the girl says, that this young man surely will defeat all other participants. Then Christie replies that when he was asked why did he kill his father, he replies in what circumstances he killed his father. So he says that his father wanted him to marry with a 55 years old widow whose weight was 200 kg and 5 pounds. So she was very heavy, as well as she was 55 years old. So his father wanted that he should marry with her. Besides this, she was lame and one-eyed, blind in one eye. So besides this, she was also a lame and blind as well as in one eye, and notorious for his loose morals. So apart from this, Christie had been, you see, how the circumstances there, or how Christie mentions the story or develops a false story so that the people at the public house can believe him really a brave, a bold man who had killed his father. So he says that here, besides all these things, he had also suckled at that woman for 6 weeks at his birth. अर्थात उसने उसको अपने जन्म के समय उस वुमन का जो है कि दूध भी पिया था. इसके बावजूद भी his father was going to marry him with that woman. Therefore, it was impossible for him to do so. So this agreement increased, and it led his father to kill him. So his father lifted a scythe to attack upon him, whereas he lifted the spade and then gave such a hit or a blow that his father's body split into two from head to waist. So this is that we see how Christie frames the story. Why did he kill his father? What was the reason? Followed? Okay. Now Pizine comes there. So it was all happening with Christie and Widow Queen and with the girls. Now Pizine comes there. And she rebukes Widow Queen as well as the other girls also. Why did they come there? And what are they doing with Christie? She also feared that they might take away Christie from her. So, and is simply shocked to see that Christie is making merry with Widow Queen and the young girls. So she was very shocked to see that Christie was also merrymaking with those girls and the Widow Queen. So she angrily asked them why they had come there and they should leave at once the place. So Widow Queen says that she had come there in order to buy some starch for her uh, ornaments for her garments. Sarah says that she came for some tobacco because the shop is also running there. So the people surrounding of that village come there to buy the things, essential things from the public house, which is run by Jean and her father Michael James. So she scolds all of them, and then widow Queen leaves, saying Christie not to forget to come to the sports. So Christie tells, widow Queen tells Christie that please don't forget to come to the sports activity or sports competition. We are waiting for you, so you have to join, you have to participate in that. But Pizzin is rebuking here Christie. Why did he give lift to these girls and widow queen? So she rebukes him for having tried to become intimate with the girls. Why was he making intimacy with those girls? Pizzin does not want to listen his story again and again. So she is irritated and says that she doesn't need to hear again and again about his story. And but Christie feels hurt. He says that these girls have come after having walked 4 miles. They are living 4 miles away from there. They have come there to hear him, and Pizzin is ignoring him, and Pizzin is not interested at all in his story. So he also gets hurt. Then Pizzin threats to Christie also. She says that he will be sentenced to death if he has killed his father. So Pizzin threats him. She says that if in this way Christie opens his story and tells his story to everyone, then everyone in the surrounding will come to know about his murder, about his crime. And someone will then inform to the police, and he will be caught, and the sentence of death will be given to him. Because Pizzin also got this idea from somewhere else when she went to buy something in the market, that the people were discussing that a person who commits the murder of someone is given the sentence of death. So this is what she says to him, that if Christie does like this way and if he doesn't control himself, then he will be also caught up and then given the sentence of death. So he should not talk freely about that incident to anyone, otherwise it will be spread. So Christie feels quite distressed and scared, डर गया, and then says that if it's not safe here for him to stay, then he will go away from here. तो अगर ऐसा है तो कि वो छोड़ जाएगा, चला जाएगा. He says that he will be again wanderer, depending upon the charity of women and girls whom he might meet on the way. And he will again wander as he wandered earlier, and in the way he would be able to meet the women, the girls, and he will depend upon upon the charity of those women and the girls who met him on the way. So this is how the story is developing in this act 2. For today, this is enough, and for our next lecture, we shall meet with the development of the story of the same act. Till then, bye bye. Thank you very much.